keys to making a choux pastry work properly, and it's all about this first part. Put 125 ml of water along with 50 grams of diced butter into a pan. Then slowly heat the water so the butter melts before it comes to the boil. If we boil this rapidly while waiting for the butter to melt, all that water is reducing and it unbalances the recipe and your choux pastry doesn't rise. It's as simple as that. As soon as the butter does melt, add 75 grams of flour. Keep it on the heat and mix it all together well. You can tell when this is ready for two reasons. One, it will come together as a big lump. The other one, and this is how I was taught, ever since I was a young kid I've been making this, but I was always taught to listen. That wasn't just at school, it was also for choux pastry. Listen. If it pops, it's ready. As soon as that happens, spread the mixture out on a non-stick mat for 2 to 3 minutes, allowing it to cool down. Then transfer everything into a mixing bowl. And then what you need to do is add the eggs. And to do this, just put the machine on low at first, and then pop one egg in at a time. If you put all the eggs in, the mixture separates and splits. Once the last of the eggs has gone in, crank it up for a final mix. And now it's time to pipe, which is all about confidence and a little practice. Let me show you. Press the nozzle in, stop, twist. Press the nozzle, stop, twist. This hand is squeezing, this hand's deciding where the mixture's going. It's as simple as that. But I like canapes that are chunky, I suppose. It's the first thing people say about me when they see me, but I actually think there should be almost little mini meals. So, obviously don't make these too big, but they want to be a decent sort of size. Then press down all the tops with your fingers, having dipped them in water. The main reason for this is the oven's quite hot, and the tops, the pointed part of it, will burn. Some more water sprinkled over the top will create extra steam while they're cooking. That all helps them to rise. After that, pop them in the oven for 15 minutes, which is just enough time to rustle up a super simple canapé. And it uses feta, but really good quality feta. Start by chopping up some watermelon. And then do the same with the cheese. Next, layer them up and place onto a serving plate. And we're going to top this with some Greek basil. It's kind of like a fragrant basil, if that makes sense. You can just put a little sprig on each one. And finally, we've only got to finish this with one thing, and that's vinegar. And it's not malt vinegar, don't ruin it. It's sherry vinegar. Sherry vinegar's got a fabulous, fabulous taste, but you only want a tiny, tiny bit. I like to put it onto the platter so it doesn't discolour the cheese. And that is your really quick and simple canapé. Done. The choux buns are now cooked, so take them out of the oven and let them cool down while making the filling. I start this by pureeing some smoked salmon in a blender. Then I add some cream cheese, creme fraiche, and a squeeze of lemon. You grind a black pepper. You won't want any salt because of the smoked salmon. Give it another blitz. What you end up with is a simple smoked salmon mousse, like that. By now, the choux buns have cooled down, so I can make holes in the bottom where the filling will go. The great thing about choux pastry is you can make this, freeze it, and then when anybody just comes around, you can just grab them out of the freezer and fill them, and they defrost in minutes. Put the salmon mousse into a piping bag, and then you can start filling. Put the piping bag right in, fill each one up. topping, mix some creme fraiche with lemon juice. Almost like butter icing. Dunk the top of each bun in the mixture. Then give them a quick dip in some finely chopped chives. Lay them out for your guest, but do a little taste test before they arrive. Bon appetit.